Hey everybody, it's Rob. An update. I've got a new quince item in my collection. A brand new quince item. I'll get to that in a second. But first, a thoughtfully built wardrobe comes down to pieces that mix well and last. That's where quince shines. Premium fabrics, considered design, and everyday essentials that feel effortless to wear and dependable, even as the seasons change. And boy, are they changing. We've been traveling a lot. You never know if it's winter or spring or summer. And quince has something for every one of those seasons. Fall too. But quince has everyday essentials, and that's what I love. They have lightweight cashmere sweaters, short sleeve Mongolian cashmere polos, linen bottoms and shorts. I mean, now's your time. You got to get your closet ready for summer. And you're going, Rob, I can't afford that kind of constant clothes buying. Well, I'm here to tell you that quince works directly with the manufacturer. They cut out the middleman, so you don't pay for those top brand prices and markups. Just quality clothing at a very reasonable price. So I've got this great new short sleeve button-up number and collared shirt, and I wore it at the gig I had with the band just now in Philadelphia, and so it's ready to rock. I can tell you now, it's passes all of rock's standards. It's a great shirt, and again, not too pricey. I also got a sweater that I wore when I was in New York. Again, great quality sweater. Lots of people ask me about it. I said, that's a quince. So right now, go to quince.com/STN for free shipping and 365-day returns. That's a full year to build your wardrobe and love it. And you will. Now available in Canada, too. Don't keep settling for clothes that don't last. Go to quince.com/STN for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/STN. Hey guys, it's Rob. Did you know there's an online cannabis company that ships federally legal THC right to your door? And they found a way to combine THC with carefully selected functional ingredients to create gummies, baked goods, and flour for whatever type of feeling you'd like to achieve. And I'm talking about Mood.com. They have an incredible line of cannabis gummies, and you can get 20% off your first order at Mood.com with promo code THEN&NOW. So forget one-size-fits-all supplements that only get you high. Mood's functional gummies are optimized to really start to work for you in as little as 15 minutes. And they take you to the mood you're looking for. They've got Mind Magic gummies, which are, focus you on your work and enhance creativity. That's a space I really like to work in. I like to feel creative and productive. But they've got moods for everybody. If you feel like just taking a nap, they've got that. Beyond gummies, they've also got flour. They've got pre-rolls, bakery treats, and beverages. And everything ships discreetly right to your door. No dispensary lines, no awkward conversations. Just better days and nights delivered to your doorstep. Best of all, not only is every Mood product backed by a 100-day satisfaction guarantee, but as I mentioned, listeners get 20% off their first order with code THEN&NOW. So head to Mood.com, find the functional gummy that matches exactly what you're looking for, and let Mood help you discover your perfect mood. And don't forget to use promo code THEN&NOW when you check out to save 20% on your first order. Try it today at Mood.com. In 2005, two brothers hit the road in search of their father and wound up fighting demons, angels, monsters, and fate itself.
Over the next 15 years, Supernatural became more than just a TV show. It became a family with one of the most passionate fan bases in the world.
I'm Rob Benedict. I played Chuck Shirley. You might also know me as God.
And I'm Richard Speight Jr. I played Loki, the Trickster, and Gabriel. And I also directed more than a few episodes.
Now, we spent years making this show, but we never actually sat down to watch every single episode in order until now.
And that means that each week, we're watching Supernatural from the beginning, now diving into Season 8, the year of purgatory, prophets, and the pursuit to close the gates of hell. And we'll be joined by cast, writers, directors, and the crew who help bring each episode to life.
You'll hear behind-the-scenes stories, our honest reactions, and maybe learn a little about how television gets made along the way.
Now, I'm warning you, there are going to be spoilers. And remember, this is our first time truly watching the series. So if we miss a detail or don't remember what happens 3 seasons from now, well, that's part of the fun.
So join us as we keep the engine running, hit the open road, and fall even deeper in love with Supernatural.
Hey, everybody, I'm Rob Benedict.
And I'm Richard Spate Jr.
And you are listening to, you're listening to the Supernatural Rewatch podcast, and we're talking about Season 8, Episode 17, Goodbye, Stranger.
Well, goodbye, Rob. We're not, buddy, we're old friends.
No.
Like, we're not.
We don't know each other, and I'm leaving. Goodbye, Stranger.
Wow, this went pear-shaped. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. I guess we'll see you next week. I felt like you were doing a promo. Like, it sounded like you were going to go, hey, this is Rob Benedict, and you're listening to 95.5 all day rock and roll. Did you forget you're doing a podcast just for a second?
Just for a second, I didn't know who I was. But, you know, guys, so we just passed the halfway mark of the entire series.
What?
We're halfway there.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, only 7 or 8 years to go.
Yep.
And to celebrate, what we did was we took a look back at the pilot episode, gave it a rewatch, and gave it an official beard rating, which it didn't have.
Yeah, because it was beardless.
Right. So if you missed that, you got to go check that out.
Yeah, we hadn't invented the beard rating system at that point.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't know that you and I invented the beard rating system, that what they see used all over the globe now, the standard bearer of all rating systems, it was invented right here in this podcast.
Yeah.
At HQ, over at HQ.
You saw a lot of it at the Olympics. You know, obviously, all the skaters were given the beard rating.
Well, the SAG Awards.
The SAG Awards was all beard rating.
Very beard heavy.
Yeah. Everything's beard rating now, and we trademarked that.
We don't make a nickel off of it, though. That was a mistake. We should have somehow monetized it.
Well, anyway, we did rewatch the pilot, gave it an official beard rating. So go back and check that out if you haven't yet.
Yeah.
And it was a hoot.
It's a good show.
Again.
Supernatural's a solid show.
Yeah. We liked it.
If you've never watched Supernatural, give it a try.
Please do. We enjoyed it so much, we thought maybe we'd go back and rewatch other critical episodes. If you have any suggestions of ones you'd like us to go back and watch, post them on Instagram and tag us.
I saw here. Here's Rob's suggestion I got in the all Chuck episodes. Okay, well there we go. It's Rob's library, so we'll be revisiting all of those. From the Benedict Files.
My first suggestion was that we rewatch your first episode because
I think it'd be fun to go back and watch the Rob and Rich episodes. I think every single episode where Rob saw a guest actress and went, oh Lord, we could watch all of those. That's a lot of them.
Be a lot of episodes. No, but I suggested your first episode because you didn't watch it the first time we did it.
Okay, you know what? You say it like that. It's so aggressive and a lot of anger.
Yeah. Because you're like, and then I was like, how about that scene where you came out of the door? You're like, huh?
Well, I thought I would remember it, so I was wrong.
You've learned a lot since then.
I did. I've grown a ton.
Anyway, check it out. Let us know what you'd like us to do a second viewing of. And that's all the business. Now let's get down to the good stuff.
Now let's get down to biz. Oh, wait. We can't get down to business. That was the business.
That was the business.
Rob, do the summary that you like to do so much.
All right. In a dark warehouse, Castiel brutally kills Dean with an angel blade, only for the lights to come up and reveal dozens of Dean corpses scattered across the floor.
Okay, so we obviously knew that Dean wasn't dying, but I will say the reveal of why Castiel was doing this and then the boom up to reveal all the Dean bodies was awesome.
It was awesome. It was unlike anything I'd really seen in the show before. It kind of reminded me of the boys when I was a clone and I died at the end. There were a whole bunch of dead me's.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of dead Deans.
Yeah, which must be a nightmare for a lot of our fans who are big Dean people.
Yeah.
But then that really crazy niche group who just like Sam and hate Dean, well, this is Christmas morning for you to see just these slaughtered Deans strewn about.
But also if you go, wow, that's a lot of hot guys.
That's a lot of heat.
A lot of hot dead guys. That was a really cool shot. And
that's Tom Wright for you.
Right away, I started doing the thing where I was like, okay, who wrote it? Who directed it?
Same.
And
I was wrong and wrong. I will tell you.
I knew it wasn't going to be Bob or Phil because it's not the second to last or last episode. I feel like they're always.
But they do several throughout the year. You don't think it could have been like a mid-season thing where they got?
But we're not mid-season. This is 17. We're like almost to the end. And I feel like, anyway, but in my mind, I was like, it's one of the classics. It's one of the old guard.
Old guard, yeah.
And
yeah.
I feel like I was right at that point.
Well, you got it right because it was Tom Wright.
It was Tom Wright.
I did the same thing. I didn't necessarily dive into who wrote it.
I guessed Ben Edlund in my mind. When I saw the Dead Deans, I was like, this might be a Ben Edlund.
Right.
And it's Robbie Thompson, who falls to me, for me, kind of under the same. He does a lot of unique things, and you know,
he does.
And a writer I really enjoy.
Same.
Anyway, so there we are. The scene is a construct inside heaven, a training simulation orchestrated by Naomi to condition Castiel to murder Dean without hesitation.
Amanda Tapping gets a lot of shoe leather in this episode.
Well, she declares him ready to kill Dean. And with that ominous thought, we're back at the Men of Letters bunker. Sam secretly coughs up blood from the trials while hiding it from Dean. It's a very cute little splatter of blood, too, that he keeps coughing up.
It's adorable.
Yeah. The brothers discover a case involving victims with burned eyes and hands, liquefied organs, and puncture wounds. And Dean's like, that's us. I thought that was funny. Signs that demons are being tortured and killed. At one victim's home, they learn from her husband that she became obsessive, muttering about an orchard and digging at specific sites mapped in a detailed miniature of the town.
You know, I went down there and I thought when they showed that scene, I was like, oh, she's a hobbyist. Like, it didn't look that disturbing. I'm just going to say, just seeing the town rebuilt. I was like, no, she redid the town.
Yeah.
It's like having a train set in your basement.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Except it was like kind of black and white. And the dad was good. The actor who played the husband or whatever was good.
Yeah, he did a nice job.
Multiple victims showed similar behavior before dying. He even saw her eyes turn black.
Well, that's a telltale sign.
Yeah.
As soon as you see black eyes, I'm like, I know what's going on.
Research leads Sam and Dean to Wendy Rice, a local historian in hair curlers, who reconstructed a town map before the town was wiped out by a flood. What'd you think of the hair curlers?
I thought she was very funny, and I like that detail. And you go like, well, why do you like that detail? Because in a million episodes where you see a million people who give you a million pieces of exposition,
no one's in hair curlers.
Creating a fun character to do it is cool.
Exactly.
And I thought the actress was really fun. And
yeah.
And then the fact that she became a demon, like that turn was cool.
My favorite was when Castiel was like, now I'm going to go talk to the demon with the funny hair.
Yeah.
I thought Castiel had a lot of funny, just one-liners of, you know, I love his fish out of water, like not knowing how to be human, things that he says. So she reveals that the long-vanished Jubiac orchard once stood at a specific intersection. Before they can leave, demons attack. During the fight, Castiel suddenly appears and easily dispatches one demon while capturing another for interrogation.
You know, we didn't see him capture her, but he was standing there with her, his hand on her head like she was Medusa. I thought it was really funny.
I know, holding her curlers.
Yeah,
she gets, the demon leaves one body and goes into her body, so then she's possessed.
Right.
Castiel admits he's been hunting demons in search of an angel tablet, explaining that Crowley is sending demons to locate Lucifer's crypts, places where he hid artifacts and enchanted weapons. In heaven, Naomi instructs him to lie to the Winchesters and manipulate the truth. On Earth, Cass claims Crowley seeks a parchment to decode the demon tablet. I love how they cut back and forth between heaven. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, all of that, and I'm sure that roadmap was well planned out by Robbie Thompson as well in the script, but Tom did a great job. And the editor,
Nicole Bear.
Bear, yeah.
During interrogation, a captured demon reveals a hostage at the Murray Hotel who knows the crypt locations but denies any knowledge of a parchment. Before she can say more, Naomi commands Cass to kill her, and he obeys. I mean, Cass is not Cass. I feel like Cass hasn't been Cass in a while.
I don't know, man. He's just acting weird.
He's been weird for a while. I'm ready for him to be back to normal.
I don't know.
I'm ready for him to be back to normal, and I'm ready for Jim Beaver to come back. Come on, let's get things back to normal. Let's reset things.
Get back to the beeve. Come on, man.
Let's get back to the beef. At the hotel, Sam and Dean discover the hostage is Meg, severely tortured by Crowley for information about the angel tablet. What a dick Crowley is, huh?
Yeah, man. Real jerk.
Meg reveals Crowley is obsessed with finding it. Suspicious of Cass's earlier lie, Dean confronts him, but Cass deflects. Cass tends to Meg's wounds. They flirt a little bit. I forgot that they had a thing.
Yeah, I did too.
Meg leads him to an abandoned warehouse containing the angel tablet's crypt. They split up. Sam stays with Meg while Dean and Cass locate the tablet. The stone tablet rests in an enchanted chest angels cannot touch.
A lot of people say you have an enchanted chest.
I do. I'm on the streets. I'm known as Enchanted Chest. It's again a niche. Dean retrieves the angel chest, but Cass demands he hand it over. But Dean refuses, insisting Cass explain how he escaped purgatory.
Yeah, cough up the deets, Cass.
Meanwhile, all of this is cut together with Sam and Meg having a conversation that I know that you were really into, where she's finding out about his girlfriend.
Yeah, I just was like pins and needles.
Yeah.
I was like, dive deeper.
Yeah.
Don't leave anything out.
Well, in heaven, Naomi orders Castiel to kill Dean, reminding him he's done it countless times before. Like, this is what all that was about.
Yeah, finally. Let's get to the...
He beats his face, and he pulls out his angel blade. Meanwhile, Sam and Dean are attacked by Crowley's demons. What a jerk Crowley is.
Oh, man. Just the worst.
In the crypt, Castiel assaults Dean. Dean blocks his blows with a tablet, but Cass ultimately overpowers him, breaking his arm and beating him savagely.
Yeah, that's a brutal beating.
Between strikes, Dean pleads with Cass, reminding him they are family and that he needs him. In heaven, Naomi forces Cass to choose between the Winchesters and heaven itself. Castiel stops. He heals Dean and reveals Naomi has controlled him since rescuing him from purgatory.
What do you think makes Cass stop? Just bloody Dean going, come on, man.
Yeah, I guess.
Family.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, I think so. And so he explains that that Naomi repeatedly reprogrammed him when he resisted. So Dean's statement that they are family finally breaks Naomi's hold.
Right.
There you go. That's your answer.
Okay.
Cass chooses the Winchesters. Meanwhile, Crowley personally confronts Meg. She urges Sam to leave and save Dean and Cass, her unicorn. Sam escapes as Crowley kills Meg.
Oh, man.
I don't understand. You know, people give me a lot of guff at these conventions. They hate where Chuck went at the end of the series.
Yeah.
How about Crowley? What Crowley? What a jerk
No,
face.
it's not the same. You know why? Because Chuck started out likable.
And
Crowley never did.
Okay.
Chuck started out as like this sort of, foppish, like, oh no, he's just a guy in over his head and is wrestling with it. And then we find out that was a lie.
I think
a lie built on a lie.
I think foppish is harsh, but yeah.
Underneath all that was a simmering evil.
Are you talking about me
being,
or the character?
You. No, you're not omnipotent, but you're on something. I know you're on something.
I'm on something. I'm on several drugs.
But you know what I mean? So that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's the honest answer.
Okay.
Because Crowley is, Crowley's bad when you meet him.
You're right.
So anything he does is true to that lane.
Right. Later, Naomi meets with Crowley in Lucifer's crypt, revealing that they've known each other for centuries and maybe had a sexual relationship at some point.
You read that into that. That's not
because he was like, but remember what happened in Mesopotamia? She was like, get over this. Isn't about that.
I don't think that was. I think that was like a roommate squabble or something.
I feel like I'm right.
Yeah, you don't know. Like, remember you stiffed me with a tab?
Sure.
In Mesopotamia.
Come on.
Took off with my wineskin.
Back in the Impala, Dean tells Sam he cannot handle more lies.
It's all the lies. You know what it is? It's the lying.
Yeah, it's the lying.
Driving me nuts. I'm okay with the beating, and I'm okay with the warring. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with all of it. Mm-hmm. The lies.
Yeah.
The lies.
He demands honesty moving forward, and Sam agrees. The episode ends with Castiel riding a Greyhound bus alone. The angel tablet in his possession, now determined to protect it from Naomi, Crowley, and even the Winchesters.
Now, remind me this. Crowley, Cass is zipping from heaven back to earth. And
oh, man, he's all over the place. He goes from this place to this place.
Yeah, heals Dean, all this crap. Why is he on a bus?
He needs to go to a new city.
Go cross country. He's on a bus?
He goes Greyhound. It's a great commercial for Greyhound. Hi, I'm Castiel, and I can move.
Even angels love.
I can go anywhere I want to, including heaven, if I want to. But when I go state to state, I choose Greyhound.
Yeah, it struck me as really weird.
Yeah, that was I thought the same thing. But he's still acting a little weird.
Yeah.
I have to say.
He is.
But hey, R.I.P. Meg.
R.I.P. Meg.
I mean, I'm assuming sad. And she had a rough go. Meg got tortured a lot.
She was beaten up in this episode. She was tortured.
She's always
in
beaten up.
previous
Remember?
episodes.
She was
I know.
in the last one. She was like stripped down, and
Well, that's not in the last one, but yeah, in one of them.
one of them.
Yeah, I
Last
know.
time we had her on.
I know.
Anyway, we have her today, so we're gonna talk to her about it. But before we get to that, it is time.
R. Rob and Rich ratings.
So, what'd you think, Rich?
Man, it sure was an episode. I look, it's just my taste. I thought it's some great performances. I love seeing, obviously. I actually liked the cast beating of Dean. I thought it was kind of cool. The opening, which we already talked about, was
very cool.
great. Rachel Miner is always a delight. Fun seeing her, and she did a great job. This was definitely, it felt like an episode setting up other episodes. You know, it felt like
We're setting up the end run.
right. So it felt exposition-y to me. You know, but that's not because the components didn't work. Obviously, Amanda Tapping's always great, and she had a lot to do actually, and I really dug her in this episode.
It's not easy what she's doing, and she's doing a very good job.
No, it's not. So, and editorially cool, and all the things. So let's see. What do I think? What do you think? Before we get to the facial hair part, what was your thought?
I might have liked it a little better than you. I thought it was a really solid episode, a good episode of Supernatural. I agree. It was a lot of setup, and there's still some questions to be answered. But yeah, I liked the conflict with Cass. I love the cutting between Heaven.
Right.
I like seeing Meg again.
Yeah.
You know, and anytime Shepard's on is fun. But yeah, I thought it was a solid episode. I wouldn't give it a top rating because it didn't make me go like ooh, but it was solid. It was really solid. So I feel like I'm probably in the Kenny Rogers territory.
Okay.
Solid beer, but not a Loggins.
So you're going to go with Rogers. I got it.
Yeah.
No problem. I'm going to go with Landman era Billy Bob Thornton. Kind of more of just a grizzled, gruff, unshaven look, but not necessarily, cool looking. Billy Bob Thornton's a cool looking dude. Basically, looks good on him.
Did you talk to him the other night at the SAG Awards?
No, but I saw him sitting at a table with Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
They're not that far from me. And I'm like, that's just badass. That is simply badass.
Well, he looked almost like Prince. He was like this big
he's got a dapper
bandana
style.
over his head and a chapeau.
I'm going, but in honor of that, because I just saw him, I'm going with the Billy Bob Thornton Landman scruff.
Okay. I haven't watched Landman yet, but
neither have I. I'm just basing that on having seen him at the SAG Awards.
Got it. Very good.
Yes.
So kind of a rough and tumble.
Yeah, I mean, because again, it doesn't matter what you do to these episodes when they're just kind of exposition-y. They lose me, man. I do my best, but there's still some great elements in it, and
just an all-star team behind it too. I think with
that's
Robbie.
what I'm saying. The opening, the teaser was the best part of the show. I absolutely loved the teaser.
I agree.
I thought the teaser was so well shot and well done,
and the whole time you're like, oh, this is a dream. This is a dream. Is this a dream? No.
Yeah, you knew it was something.
Yeah,
because obviously Dean, that show's not opening with Dean getting killed.
And revealing all the bodies. Like, I'd love to know how they did that.
That was the pièce de résistance. That's Tom Wright for you. And the effects team. Great job.
Exactly. But were there like extras?
I honestly don't know if that was a visual gag. I assumed, well, you know what? There probably are some practical gags, but I don't know.
Yeah, well.
I don't know.
We might never, ever know unless we do the rewatch.
Which we won't.
And then maybe we'll have this effects people on. But instead, we have a delightful young lady joining us today, one of our favorite people. Rachel Miner is a star of TV and film. She got her start on the daytime soap Guiding Light, which earned her a Daytime Emmy. That's amazing.
That's amazing. How many Daytime Emmys do you have? Actually, let's combine. You add yours with mine, and then what does that get us?
Not even a cup of coffee.
Zero.
Like
yeah,
zero.
We have zero Daytime Emmys.
Yeah. I know someone named Emma. I know a few Emmas. And I've chatted with them during the day, so I guess that would be a Daytime Emmy. That's as close as I get.
Daytime Emma. I've actually had to have, this is, I guess, TMI, but I've had to have an enema during the day. So
there you go.
I've gotten a daytime enema.
Okay, there you go. So we're close. Anyway, after that, she went on to an amazing career that included appearances on X-Files, Sex and the City, CSI, Californication, and
She's just had a banger career, man. I mean, it's just
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And Meg on Supernatural. And she's just the sweetest woman that we know. And we're welcoming her back. And here is our conversation with Rachel Miner. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you.
Always a delight to see you back on the show. So, but last time we discussed your start in Supernatural, but we really didn't get into your start in acting.
We want to talk about early Rachel Miner, OG Rachel Miner.
What was the very big, like how young were you when you started?
I started wanting to act when I was 2.
Wow.
Why the wait?
I know. I really campaigned. I was
Jeez.
very certain. And I got to go on a few auditions, but I was a little bit delusional, which is no surprise.
Oh.
But I really didn't understand the process completely. So like my parents were struggling with it because they wanted to give me what I wanted, but they didn't want me to deal with the industry and the ups and downs and losses and all of that. So my first audition, or one of my first auditions, they put me on tape. It's like a callback. And I kept being like, when's my movie coming out? Because I was really sure that we'd filmed the movie, but it was just a little audition. So like my parents couldn't, they were like, we're going to break her heart. But I was so certain. I'm like, when's my movie? When's my movie?
That's adorable.
Yes.
Also heartbreaking, but adorable.
But then I started full time when I was 9. First film was a Woody Allen film called Alice.
That's amazing. My God.
Ahoy, Rich Spade here. Hope you're enjoying the episode, but we got to pull over for a second for some messages.
Hey, it's Rich Spate, and I don't know about you, but I like keeping my money where I can see it. Unfortunately, traditional big wireless carriers also seem to like keeping my money. So, after years of overpaying for wireless, I finally got fed up with crazy high wireless bills, bogus fees, and free perks that actually cost more in the long run, and switched to Mint Mobile. You could be saving a ton with Mint Mobile. Why? Because you're not overpaying. Pay for what you need. Pay for what you want. And Mint Mobile does all of it seamlessly. Stop overpaying for wireless just because that's how it's always been. Can you hear the air quotes? Because I'm really trying to sell them. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. $15 a month? That's definitely less than a smoothie at Erewhon. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. What's up, G? Bring your own phone and your own number, activate with eSIM in minutes, and start saving immediately. No long-term contracts, no hassle. It's time for you to ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. This Spade House uses Mint Mobile. Why? Because we don't like throwing money around like it's confetti. That's not how we roll. Crazy phone bills can break the bank. Mint puts the kibosh on the crazy. There's no crazy phone bills because you're not paying for stuff you don't need. You get the data you need. You get the great connection. You get a phone that is your own phone with your own contacts in it and your own phone number. So you don't have to do anything squirrely just to get on Mint Mobile. Nah, just go to their website and sign up. It's that easy. And the quality is fantastic. No drop calls. I never drop a call unless I drop my phone, in which case I'm dropping a call physically, not audibly. So that's not Mint's fault. That's on me. So if you like your money, like I like my money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/SPN10. That's mintmobile.com/SPN10. You're welcome. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help you find options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Thanks for listening. Now, back to the episode.
So what was that like?
Yeah.
So you had been auditioning, and then that was your first. Was that your first had you done plays or anything? Or was that your first like professional experience of any time?
That was my first big audition. And I got it through an acting teacher. Because what my parents did that I thought was smart was they said, rather than we're going to do everything, they were like, this is on you. This is your work. So I got an acting teacher, got an agent, recommendations through my acting teacher, and really did all the initial stuff myself.
Wow.
Is anybody in your family in the arts?
Yes. A lot of, so that's probably, I didn't get it from nowhere.
Okay, well, give me a little overview.
My grandfather started something called Studio One, which was one of the first live TV shows.
Oh, wow.
And he's a producer and director. I occasionally acted. And then my grandmother used to run the American Academy.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh, you come by it honestly, but no, but
Yeah.
Mom and Dad, no.
Dad, yeah. He started actually when he was a kid. He acted on Broadway, and then he became a director.
Wow.
So he's a director and acting teacher.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh, so it's in
Yeah.
your blood.
So I didn't take it, in some ways, I didn't take it as that meaningful, like it somehow made you better. It's more like being around
Yeah.
any other craft. So like if your parents were glass blowers
Yeah.
and you grew up around it and you're like, oh, that looks really interesting.
Right.
But I didn't I didn't like the whole fame thing and
Right.
stuff. I just
Right. Well, it probably demystifies it a little bit for you. That's
Yeah.
how I feel
What's
like
the norm?
the Benedict children and Spate children kind of
Yeah.
view it. Like
Yeah.
it's Dad's job. It's not like, gee, Willikers, maybe there's
Yes.
a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Right.
It's less that. That's healthier. That's healthier for you as a kid,
So like my dad, he directed a soap when I was younger, and I used to go to the control room with him, and he would let me like assistant direct.
Wow.
And so I'd stay in the control room and I'd help out or whatever. But it all felt very natural, and again, like exactly what you're saying, like it was totally demystified,
Yeah.
not some magical thing. So
Wow.
That's cool.
So bring it back to Supernatural.
Yeah.
You can help us settle this. So
Steve
Okay.
Hine. Let's start with let's put this
Okay.
where it belongs. Steve Hine, producer Steve, has written up for us, typed up on the very sheet we are looking at now, that Goodbye Stranger marks the character of Meg's final appearance in Supernatural.
but Richard says,
But you appeared in season 15.
as the empty, so I wasn't Meg anymore. So I think both are true. As often our arguments are.
But I'm kind of wrong. It's really because I mean, thank you for the half win, but I guess I'm wrong, because
Well,
I was
no.
like, no, Rachel Miner.
You-
But it's not Rachel Miner's last appearance. It's just the
Yes.
character of Meg. So when I see you and Alex Calvert in the empty, because I couldn't remember, you're embodying the empty. You are personifying the empty.
Exactly. I think the idea was I took on the body of Meg to mess with Cass,
Right.
and then I just took a liking to it and kept it. But anyway, that's spoilers for a future season.
yeah, I know. All this is new to me.
Sorry.
Now Rob's going to stop watching. He's like, well, now why
Wow.
bother?
Okay.
But yeah, Meg was apparently, if not the longest lasting demon on the show, I think, because like it
Yeah.
started in the first
Right.
season with
Yep.
Right. So Steve's right.
God, I hate saying Steve's right. Unless we're talking about my son, Steve, in which case I love it when he's right.
he is very right. He's very smart.
Thank you.
So so if this is Meg's last appearance, when did you learn that this would be her goodbye?
Well, I actually knew because I'd actually asked and requested to be written off because the MS was really knocking me down. And I just didn't feel like I could. At least I finally told them about the MS.
Yeah.
Which for some reason I thought I could keep hidden, which I don't think I was doing a very good job, but I'd been keeping hidden up till then.
Wow.
So I told them that I was not able to do as much physically, and I just felt like it was compromising the role.
Oh, well,
So,
It sure wasn't compromising the role from the eyes of the viewer.
yeah, you couldn't tell.
Thank
You're really amazing.
well, and this episode is the most amazing episode. I mean, I got so many incredible lines in this episode.
yeah.
I even got to say a little short for a stormtrooper.
Yeah. Yeah.
is-
Yes.
Like, who gets to say
Yeah.
that?
So good.
Yeah, you did.
But and
You
then there's like, go save my brother, and You mean Go Save Your Brother?
And the unicorn. Yeah, my unicorn.
Which is
Yeah.
my favorite. That scene with Jared.
Yeah.
There's a wonderful scene with Jared before I go.
Yeah, and the scene with
then-
Castiel is really sweet, where you're like,
Yeah.
and
I miss the apocalypse. That one.
yeah, and
Yeah, there's some good. Well, it's Robbie Thompson writing snappy dialogue.
That's
To be sure.
And Robbie was he was always incredible, and it just feel like because he knew it was the last Meg episode, he wrote the heck out of it.
Yeah.
Like every
Right.
line I got to say was.
and you touch on all like Clarence, and and Misha says like, I still don't know what that means, and
Yeah.
you like when you need to watch a movie every once in a while.
Yeah.
Because Robbie is a fan. That's what I always say. Like Robbie is a fan who was a writer. And so he really pays attention.
He
knows all those little things.
Oh, I love that man.
Yeah.
He is such he's such an incredible writer. And there's this wonderful thing that the relationship you have with the writers, even when I didn't know him, because he wrote the first episode that I was on, that I played Meg.
Oh, amazing.
And there was these little references, like he actually told me this when we were hanging out another time. There was references like, I'm trying to remember, he had like a Paul Simon reference in there. He had all these things that he thought no one would get. And because I'm such a nerd, which you guys know, I understood all of it. So I feel like the writers write on multiple levels a lot.
Yeah.
So he got excited because I got his humor and some of his references. And yeah, so he really enjoyed, like we had a mutual enjoy.
Yes.
Like I enjoyed saying his words. He enjoyed writing them. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Rich and I recently had lunch with him. It was so great to catch up with him again. He's just a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
And like you said, he gets it.
Yeah.
He just gets it.
He gets it. And you also had the deft hands of Tom Wright directing the episode, who just does an outstanding job. Always does, obviously, but it was cool watching the opening. Him doing some stuff story-wise with the camera that just hadn't been done yet. It was cool.
Yeah. I felt like most episodes I did as Meg were jam-packed episodes of just so many things happen, and fights, and there were always those really hard ones that really took a pro director to get through.
Yeah.
And somehow I worked with Rich too. But
Isn't that weird? I know. I mean, we're talking about the rise and fall of an experience. But that's cool. You had an all-star team with this one too. And by the way, the roster. I mean, you had Shepard, you had Collins, you had, Padalecki, Ackles.
Yeah.
As Rob said, everybody but the Beeve.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like it felt like such a gift of an episode, because I feel like intentionally he made sure I had those moments with each character, and those kind of those goodbyes with everyone.
Yeah, even Crowley, who and speaking of, like, you're tortured so much, it's hard to watch this series. Meg really gets it.
That's the recurring theme.
Meg is taking a beating,
but I also love her strength.
Yeah.
So, like, as an actress, there were many times on other shows and stuff where I remember I flat out had fights because during a fight sequence or something, they so often make the female character like sit in the background and like throw a shoe.
Right. Yeah.
Be like, oh, don't hurt my loved one.
Yeah.
But like not get in there.
Yeah.
And my heart, my instinct is always like, if someone I loved was getting hurt, I would jump in.
Right.
And so I always wanted that for my characters.
Yeah.
So that Meg ending made me so happy on so many levels.
Yeah.
Because you just don't, I think more and more it's shifting, but at the time you just didn't see that enough for female characters.
Yeah.
Right.
Where it was like, she was the brave one.
Yeah.
She sacrificed herself.
Yes.
But again, it wasn't in a maudlin, like, sad, woe is me way. It was just like, no, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
For someone you love.
Yes.
Like.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Totally agree. There's an iconic moment in this episode where you say the line, "Go get your unicorn."
Yeah.
Now that's become a big deal in the fandom.
Yeah.
In the pantheon of the show. Why? Why do you feel like that resonates with the fans?
It's such a fascinating and call and response thing too. So I know I really embraced it. One of the things is when I got sick and I was starting to use the mobility scooter, I was trying to think of a way. It really bugged me the first couple conventions I went to where people would like be like, "Oh no, what happened? Are you okay?" And so there was like this automatic concerned, worry, feeling that things were wrong. And so I had the idea to put the unicorn. It was like one of those little kid costumes, which I know you guys know from all those events.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah, so I put that on the scooter, and it changed up the whole way people responded, because you can't be riding around on a unicorn and miserable.
True.
Like clearly I was enjoying myself.
Yes.
So people stopped being like, "Oh no." And so that became part of it too, was, I was always riding around on the unicorn.
Yes.
But I didn't know it from that episode. And I just think it's one of those things that like became, because it was a representation of deep love, and that kind of love you maybe can name.
Right.
I just think that that idea resonated for so many people.
Yeah, that's such a great example too of like where there's the reference on the show and then there's the real life in the convention arena. It becomes a part of your sort of convention, real life character persona. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like we
Here's
all
a
have
question for
sort of
both
that,
of you.
that the show, then our personality on stage,
Right.
and sort of the melding of things.
Yeah.
So on the heels of that, Rob, question for both of you guys. Do you think the unicorn comment, because one of the things that if we're all heavily embedded in the culture of the conventions, and there's we are a unique fan group thought, that we are unto ourselves as a show, as a group of people who support the show, who love the show. Are we unicorns? Like, is that sort of the unifying theme of, how they're like, Rob and I stand on stage and we always talk about everybody has a place in the Supernatural Convention family. Yeah. It's where the outsiders are on the inside, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it, for some reason, to me, without being the person receiving all of the positive energy you receive from it, Rachel, it has felt to me like there's sort of a unicorn pride.
Sure.
I agree. Because I 100% agree. And I think that all the cast and the fandom, one of the most miraculous things that I experienced was that you're embraced for exactly who you are. Mm-hmm. And none of us are in any way the same. Like I know I consider myself neurodiverse, but I don't know what the neurological norm is, because I don't know normal people. Like that's not how we do.
Right.
And I just think that I think we do. I think it's easy for a lot of people in the fandom and for a lot of people within this creative group to consider themselves unicorns, because it is. I think that idea of just something different that doesn't fit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
That's an interesting character because observation.
Yeah.
Because Meg is Meg a unicorn? No. I mean, is she I don't know. She just is so in control of everything at all times.
It depends again, it's like what associations any of us have. If you're considering it pure and innocent and like whatever, no, she is not.
No.
Sorry. But if you're considering it just unique and different and mythological creature, you know what I mean? Like
sort
that.
Of a standalone.
Standalone. Yeah, she absolutely, like one of the things that I loved about the maid cast dynamic is they were both so confused by normal and human and whatever, in their own way, just did not get any of it. And also so confused by how they felt about each other.
Right. Yeah.
Just, it did not, I cannot feel this because that's far too normal and I don't understand it, but
right.
But I'll just do the thing.
Yeah. I love their relationship.
Yeah, it's really fun, and it's like watching superheroes mate. Because they're both like supreme beings or whatever, however you want to describe it. That's not like normal. Yeah. You didn't fall in love with an Earthling. Like right. these are,
and they also so one of the things, because I know there's a lot of different feelings in the fandom about the gender relationships, neither one of them fit any kind of gender norm.
Right.
And so what I love, they in any way, and also both of them have probably inhabited bodies of both genders across across time.
Right.
So like, and neither, like, I would say, like, there's nothing typically female about Meg, and there's nothing typically male about
Right.
Cass. And
Also, you can tell that you and Misha are fond of each other, and that plays in it. And really, you and the boys as well, at this point.
Right.
And you can sense that scene with you and Jared is so great, because.
yeah.
There's a comment here about the sort of the flirty energy between Meg and Castiel. But on the heels of Rob's comment, I would say there's a flirty energy between Meg and insert name.
Totally.
I was going to say just about anyone.
Yes, totally.
Yeah. But that kind of makes her, to me, when I watch that character, that says she's in the driver's seat. Like, she is playing with the emotions of every single individual she encounters.
Yeah.
She is not vulnerable. She's like, who want you look like you want to party. There's sort of that kind of energy.
I will say probably her only vulnerability was Cass. That was the only time. And so that is the difference in that dynamic.
Right.
Is she actually let herself be vulnerable to the point of death.
Right.
But but like she actually would be vulnerable for him a little bit.
Let's talk about that. So do you think, so Meg sacrifices herself.
Yeah.
So did you see that as sort of redemption or love or survival instinct or something else?
I think it's redemption, but in some people's eyes. But to her, I don't think there was a difference. There was a line in an earlier episode where she said, you find a cause and you get behind it.
Right.
And I think that for her, it was equally as consistent when she was backing up Lucifer. Because she was the same in her loyalty. And like there were certain things, qualities she clearly adhered to and admired. And it was like certainty, loyalty, ability. Like there were, and it was ideals over momentary problems or issues or what. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Yeah.
But I don't think to her there was some big difference between the loyalty being to the brothers or Cass or Lucifer or Yellow Eyes or whatever across the years. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally
It
makes
does.
sense. Yeah.
So on the relationship question, and the show may have answered this somewhat, so forgive my lack of deep knowledge on some of these things, but I'm curious as we're sort of coming to the end of.
I will not.
You'll never forgive. As we're rounding to the end of Meg's journey on the show, she's always had such an adversarial relationship with Crowley. Always.
Yes.
As far as I can recall.
Yes.
Why? They feel like they would be in the same.
I think they were too much alike for to exist in the same room at the same time.
Wow.
That was one of, like, for me, I really enjoyed all the banter with Mark. I mean, he can beat anyone on just the amount of lines he can spout out. And
Yeah, he's good with the witty banter.
But I do feel like Meg and Crowley were probably too much. Like they both to own the room, to have the last line,
Right.
to have that. They were both valued their not only wit but like kind of mental prowess and like the quickness of their wit. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And like I just don't think they could exist in the same space.
Right. That makes sense.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And that she had kind of a soft spot for the boys, and
Yeah.
maybe that drove him crazy.
Yeah.
And he also kind of has a soft spot for the boys ultimately,
He
doesn't
did.
he?
That was the thing. They were so similar in a lot of their.
But I always felt like Crowley likes the boys, but also likes to prop them up to knock them down. I never got the sense that Meg had that same desire to see them suffer.
And again, that was like the Meg loyalty thing. She was actually happy to take second place if it went along with her ideals, except for with Crowley. I don't know, Crowley just annoyed the heck out of her. I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like that feeling was mutual.
That's what I was going to say, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just irritated each other.
Yeah. So how did the audience respond to Meg's death? Do you remember?
Oh, it was very loving, and a lot of people were really mad. And Mark even apologized a couple times publicly.
That's nice.
He was like, "I didn't like being that."
Yeah.
Taking it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think again, it's one of the lovely things about the show, because it was like long running. It let people have the time to decide if they liked a character, wanted them to stay or whatever. There's like a lot of loyalty that builds too. I don't think anyone wanted to see her go.
No. Well, it's good to know that at least you come back.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Well, and as I said, if I could not in my wildest dreams have written a better episode of like how I would want to go out.
That's great. Yeah. No, it's a great episode for you too. Like you said, they hit all the beats,
Yeah.
to tell your story, your whole story.
Yeah.
If Meg had survived, where do you think her story would have gone? Like, would have she remained sort of a morally gray anti-hero or gone full Winchester?
Cast babies.
I don't know. I always wondered, like there was the Hellhound episode, which is the last episode we talked about.
Mhm.
I felt like they were kind of making her in that same kind of Crowley way, kind of making her the tag along buddy,
Yes.
and that would have worked in the dynamic.
Yeah.
I was really annoyed because I felt like some of the reason we couldn't go that direction was actually because it was physically so difficult for me.
Right.
And I was struggling. Like I can see visually how much I was struggling. I was trying all different things. I was taking vitamin shots and my face was swelling up and my whatever. So for me, it's hard because I can see that journey.
Yeah.
And I always felt like, oh, if I could have just showed up and done that role
Right.
the way that they were writing it, I felt like it could have been fun.
Well, I feel like,
Well-
in this episode, you get to do everything and fights and all of it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't want anything else would have been watered down version of this. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so I feel like there's no part of me that regrets any of it because I feel like this is just like the perfect little cap. Because otherwise, I wouldn't want the character to run dry on it stops being interesting.
Yeah. That's true.
I 100% agree. And also, anything that you felt like was a shortcoming just comes off as character to those of us viewing. I didn't see anything where I thought, oh, they had to change this for Rachel. To me, it all made sense for Meg. So
Thank you.
great job. And great series of jobs in the show. You're a big impact player as an individual human that we know and love, but also as a character. Meg has a lasting impact on the life and success and love affair that fans have with this show.
And such a good actor.
Kudos to you, my friend.
Such a good actor. And it's really great. Always fun to watch you work. And you put so much into this character, and you love it. Like I say, you can see her being sort of the tag along.
Right.
And I love the bit where they're like, "Shut up, Meg." That whole thing.
Yeah. No, there was a lot of fun. They even did a Make CL reference.
Oh wow.
Nice.
But yeah, I feel the same with both of you too. I think to me, so much of it is an appreciation too of the artists we're working with, and as I said, the writers write the heck out of those episodes.
Yeah.
And so it's just so great to be a part of somewhere where you can help champion that appreciation at all. Like, I don't feel like I added a whole lot extra, but you don't need to. Cause it's like with Shakespeare, you don't really need to do a lot than say the words the way he intended them.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a pleasure. And though Meg ceases to be on the show, you will not cease to be on this podcast because I was at least kind of right. You come.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I really, really appreciate it.
Rachel Miner, thank you so much for being here.
It's so good to be here.
It's so great to see you, Rachel.
Guys.
We'll be right back.
Yes, online shopping is quite literally at our fingertips, but that doesn't mean it's always simple to buy. Whether it's trying to remember one of a million different logins so you can actually place your order, or getting almost all the way through checkout before realizing your card is nowhere near you, there are many hiccups that can get between you and placing that order. Which is why it's such a relief when you see that purple pay button that has all of your information saved, making checkout as simple as a tap of your screen. That iconic purple Shop Pay button is why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet, meaning less carts going abandoned and more sales going to you. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Thrive Cosmetics, Gymshark, and Allbirds, to brands just getting started. And they're not just great at converting sales. If people haven't heard about your brand yet, Shopify can help you find your customers with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns. And they have world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. Tackle all of those important tasks from one place, making your life easier and your business operations smoother. See less carts go abandoned and more sales go with Shopify and their Shop Pay button. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm.
The world of Sonic the Hedgehog has been thrust into a not-so-dark, not-so-stormy hard-boiled detective story that probably nobody saw coming. Follow Sonic and the intrepid Chaotix Detective Agency as they take on their biggest case yet. This high-flying, action-packed adventure will take them across the world, fighting for every clue they can find. It's one heck of a tale, which is good, because this story might be the only thing that can save their lives.
Well, if that's all, I can just dispose of you.
Wait, what?
All will be revealed in Sonic the Hedgehog presents The Chaotix Case Files. Listen now, wherever you get your podcasts.
When the Chaotix are on the case.
Hey there, thanks for listening. Now, back to the episode.
Hey, that was great. So great to see Rachel.
Always a delight to talk to her, whether it's about the show or not.
Yeah.
And then get to talk to her about a great episode for her. Yeah. Her character is really awesome.
And it's great to get her view on everything. And hey, she's been acting since she was a kid, and her first job was a Woody Allen movie. How crazy is that?
Yeah, not a bad launch. Robert.
Richard?
Oh, geez. You scared me there for a second. Even though I'm looking right at you, I panicked. It's time for another segment of the show that actually we both enjoy. And it's named appropriately because it deals with mythological issues. And wisely, the team back at HQ has named this segment Mythology.
Yes, indeed. So while Lucifer's Crypts, I kept thinking of, the gang, the Crypts.
Crypts and Blood, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I kept thinking when they kept talking about the Crypts. While Lucifer's Crypts are only part of the supernatural lore, there are several real-world Crypts that are super creepy and worthy of belonging to Lucifer. Rich?
Well, perhaps the most famous are the Catacombs of Paris, or the Catacombes de Paris. The network of underground tunnels was originally a network of ancient limestone quarries. In the 18th century, Parisians thought the cemeteries were getting too crowded, so they moved all of the bones to this network of caves, creating an underground necropolis, the opposite of a metropolis, a necropolis.
Ooh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I always, that word necropolis always throws me.
I know, but if you're in the mood for a little necromance with the wife, you go down to the necropolis.
Yeah. The Sedlec ossuary in the Czech Republic began in the 13th century when holy soil. I've wholly soiled myself. Was brought from Jerusalem, making the Sedlec Cemetery a desirable burial site, leading to overcrowding from the Black Death and Hussite Wars. In the 15th century, a church was built to house exhumed remains.
Hussite? Hussite.
Hussite.
Lucite.
And by 1870, woodcarver Francisque Vrient was hired to artfully arrange the estimated 40,000 to 70,000 skeletons into macabre yet intricate decorations, including a giant chandelier.
Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Frantisek? Yes. I got the good news and I got the bad news. Okay. The good news is I got you a job. You're the best agent. Yes, well, here's the thing. Is it a museum? Lot of people be there. Is it the piazza? Again, filled with the people, but not the people. Here's the thing. You're going to rearrange the dead. Jerry Garcia? No, not the dead. Not the Grateful Dead. Just a bunch of dead people. How many are we talking? 40 to 70. Oh, okay. I can do 1,000. What?
And that was the only Italian working in the Czech Republic in the 13th century.
Da.
The Vatican necropolis is a necropolis that lies underneath Vatican City, containing tombs dating back from the 1st to 4th century AD. Archaeological excavations revealed parts of a necropolis dating to the Roman Empire, and it contains the tomb of St. Peter from 64 AD, and it's the home of the tomb of the Julii, which conspiracy theories say is the tomb of Lucifer. What?
Wow, tomb of the Julii.
Whoa.
I think it's actually it's between the tomb of the June and the tomb of the Auguste.
Auguste. Wow. In the room of the Sumer.
Yeah. Yes, this all fascinating stuff. And
wow, tomb of Lucifer. Surely some weird things have happened around that tomb.
Yes, you think there might be some creepos lurking about?
Oh, man.
Hey, look, what's that long line of goth kids for?
There's a couple people hanging from the ceiling.
Those are true mythological facts, but let's just see if we can maybe up the fun a bit with this next little segment, okay?
All right.
Go with me on this journey. Fun facts! Fun facts! Fun facts! Fun facts.
The title of the episode is a reference to the 1979 song by Supertramp, Goodbye Stranger.
Goodbye, stranger. It'd been nice. Hope you find your necropolis.
Yeah, that's it. And they played that song in the episode, which was it's a great song.
The double whammy for the people of Supertramp. According to legend, the spear of destiny that Dean finds in the vault of the Men of Letters is the spear that the Romans stabbed into Jesus' side in the Gospel of John. Wow.
What?
Supposedly it grants powers like invincibility and healing.
Wow, and he's just got, that's kind of a throwaway.
Yeah.
Right? He finds that. Wow, that moment that comes back.
I don't
wonder
know.
if we get to see that again in a later episode.
Swackadoodle.
It just goes to show that the Men of Letters is a treasure trove.
Treasure trove for real.
Sam introduces himself and Dean as special agents Tandy and Lynn. Did you catch that?
I did, and I was going, and I was thinking, okay, what movie did Jessica Tandy do with like Lynn Redgrave or like? I literally I had no Tandy guesses.
I had nothing. This is a reference to Richard Tandy and Jeff Lynne, members of the rock group ELO, Electric Light Orchestra.
Did you know?
I did not. I couldn't have told you Richard Tandy anyway.
No,
I know Jeff Lynne was ELO, but I didn't know Richard Tandy.
Correct.
But ELO, another great group from around that same time.
And this is a sad little fun fact. This is not fun at all. It's not fun at all. It's an unfun fact. Unfun fact! Unfun fact! Unfun fact. This marks the end of Meg being the longest lasting recurring character, aside from Sam and Dean, as she made her first appearance in season 1, originally played by Nikki Acox. So it's just a character.
Right, but still.
Bye-bye.
So interesting, though. That is an interesting fact that, so the end of Meg as a character,
right.
And that's it. We don't see Meg again. That's interesting. Also, I would say the character Michael recurs quite a bit in different people playing him.
No, but I think to this point, because she started, if you're just going by not episode count, but Meg appeared in season 1 and now in season 8, that character has gone away.
And if she appears at season 15, then she would be the longest. I would still make her.
She sure as heck would.
But it's not the end. That's the part you're saying in flag.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody calm down.
So that's 15 yards, that penalty.
Well, great episode of a podcast. You were on your game.
I was.
We learned a lot about you.
Thank you.
And your enemas and necrophilia.
Uh-huh.
And you learned a lot about me, like how I enjoy, you're giving back to the
family
community.
And
yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
Well, thanks everybody, and thank you again to Rachel Miner. Always such a pleasure.
You know what? As far as I'm concerned, she's Rachel Major.
She's Rachel Major.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm giving her an upgrade right now. Right here.
What was the first song we sang to her at the conventions?
My name's Rachel Minor. Down. I don't know it.
We did a whole bunch of things about minor. We're doing it in A minor.
She could not be finer.
Yeah, she could not be finer. It was something that she couldn't be finer.
I don't know what the song was.
No.
That you guys are.
It couldn't be finer. Rachel Minor. Anyway. Well, it is true. She couldn't be finer.
She could not.
And we will see you all at the next one. We're gear up, everyone. We're on the fast train.
The downhill slide.
I mean, although this goes like 24 episodes or something, right?
Yeah, we're almost done. In a year and a half, we'll be done with season 8.
Anyway, we'll see you next time.
Yep.
This episode of Supernatural features Jared Padalecki as Sam Winchester, Jensen Ackles as Dean Winchester, and Misha Collins as Castiel.
Guest stars include Rachel Minor, Mark Shepard, Amanda Tapping, Jennifer Clement, and David Franco.
Goodbye Stranger was written by Robbie Thompson, directed by Thomas J. Wright.
Editing by Nicole Baer, music by Christopher Leonard.
The dialogue editor was Karen Foster.
Executive produced by Robert Singer and Jeremy Carver.
Supernatural was created by Eric Kripke.
The episode featured the following songs: Goodbye Stranger by Supertramp.
This episode originally aired on March 20th, 2013.
This episode of Supernatural Then and Now was hosted and executive produced by Richard Spade Jr. and Rob Benedict.
Produced by Stephen Hine. Written by Stephen Hine and Haida Holscher.
And edited and associate produced by Trey Booty.
What's up, Booty?
Music provided by Tim Wynn.
The episode was recorded with the help of Sonic Fuel Studios.
This podcast is from Story Mill Media.
Follow the podcast on Instagram and YouTube at SPN Then and Now.
Become a member of the podcast to get early access, chat rooms with other podcast fans, and video interviews at patreon.com/SPN Then and Now. According to the legend of Britney Spears, wrong, my bad.
Like what is necromance?
That's something with the dead people. It's very similar. You know how you were talking about you're into necrophilia?
That's the word.
It's similar.
That's the word I was trying.
Yeah, it's similar.
Trying to avoid.
But this is different. This is you like to fondle the dead.
No, I do not. No, I do not.
Well, I guess you're right. It's not really fondling. It's kind of the full Monty. But the point being, by the way, wouldn't that be weird if you were like, oh, you actually are? If I said, oh, Rob's a necrophiliac, and there's crickets from you, you're like, yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay, and
you and I don't get along sometimes during the day. We're daytime enemies.
Enemies, that's right.
And also, you like to go down to the aquarium and look at the sea anemones. So you like daytime anemones.
Anemones, yeah. And that one time that you got the enema with an anemone?
It was Emma, my doctor. They loathe. My enemy Emma gave me an
enemy enema.
Enema with an anemone. And by the way, he was way into me.
Story Mill Media.
Hi, I'm Brian Lucci, a former Chicago cop. Now I'm a producer on Chicago PD, and I'd like to introduce you to the official One Chicago podcast, the first ever behind-the-scenes look at the iconic TV shows. We're talking Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Chicago Med. Join me each week for an exclusive conversation with the writers, the crew members, and the stars.
Voight's doing the right thing for Voight.
Check out the One Chicago podcast from Wolf Entertainment and USG Audio. Available now, wherever you get your podcasts.
The Regency era. You might know it as the time when Bridgerton takes place, or the time when Jane Austen wrote her books. But the Regency era was also an explosive time of social change, sex scandals, and maybe the worst king in British history. And on the Vulgar History podcast, we're going to be looking at the balls, the gowns, and all the scandal of the Regency era. Vulgar History is a women's history podcast, and our Regency era series will be focusing on the most rebellious women of this time. That includes Jane Austen herself, who is maybe more radical than you might have thought. We'll also be talking about queer icons like Anne Lister, scientists like Mary Anning and Ada Lovelace, as well as other scandalous actresses, royal mistresses, rebellious princesses, and other lesser-known figures who made history happen in England in the Regency era. Listen to Vulgar History wherever you get podcasts.